So,
Hello, hello, hello.
hello
Hello.
everyone. Well, let's get this started. Um, as you may know by now, we are making this live stream um, to answer any questions that you may have about being online at Berkeley and what that actually means. So I invited um, some friends that are actually um, having online classes along with me, and also some friends that are entering students, like to have the conversation going, and hopefully this is helpful for everybody. So um, yeah, also we'll wait like a couple of minutes for everybody to join the live stream and we'll start. But just make sure that be, because we probably didn't reach everybody, to tell everyone that you think will find this helpful too. So let's see. Well, we can use this time to introduce everybody here. So
Who wants to go first?
who goes first?
Who wants to go first?
All right, Vance, I'm putting you on the spot. Go on.
Sorry, who goes first now?
Yeah, you just go first.
I should go first?
Anyone.
Okay, I'll go first. So I'm Vicky. I'm from Germany, and I started the online semester now in Berkeley, and I'm a voice. My instrument is the voice, and yeah, I mean that's me. I'm 24 years old. Maybe that's interesting too, and I also like composing. I've been working on like doing film music in the past, and I've been studying musical theater before in Germany. Yeah, and now I'm here. So, Gitanj, you go on.
Awesome. So I'm Gitanj. I'm from India, and I started at Berklee in summer as well. Same as Vicky. Um, my principal instrument is the guitar, but I also sing, produce, write, and so I'm thinking of doing songwriting at Berklee, which is going to be exciting. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Lance, to you.
I'm Vance. I'm from Boston. I'm 18, if you can believe it. I'll be entering in the fall remotely, but I've been doing. This is my fourth 5-week program before the semester, so I've been kind of doing Berkeley Online stuff. So I'm kind of familiar with the website now. Pretty much kind of training wheels for the fall, so we'll see how everything goes. Did I say I play guitar too?
No.
Oh, well, I play guitar too, and I do a little bit of production too. I'm planning to do pro music with production and performance, so I'm excited for that. I can't wait. That's it.
So you have some experience. You're not totally new to the campus, right?
No, I've been on campus since like I was like 14 or 13 with my city music program that I'm in, which is like, hey, you're in high school or you're in uh, middle school. You can come and study with professors at Berkeley and be on campus if you live in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
There's other sites all over the country, and there's a couple in Canada, I think. So,
That's
yeah,
interesting, man.
I'm really lucky to do it.
Yeah. So, any questions of our Joel?
Yeah, is
Yeah, I
anything?
have some questions from people who couldn't make it because they are working.
All right, we can
So,
start with that, I guess.
okay. They're like really good questions, I must say. So let's start. Um, the first one, what classes worked and didn't work well online?
That's definitely for something for you guys to answer.
I mean, can I start, Gitanj?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. So, actually, all of my classes worked out, and I heard that maybe a few ensemble classes weren't as successful, I think, as mine, because I'm a vocalist and I'm in a vocalist ensemble. And it was really cool because we had to write charts of songs, and a band like produced them for us and mixed them for us, and then we had to sing to it and make a video. So that was really cool. And yeah, everything worked out really well. So I was super happy with this semester, but I don't know about like maybe Gitanj with guitar. I don't know how it worked out, but for vocalists, I mean, I can only speak for myself, but it went really cool. I had a lot of fun. I don't know.
Yeah, so I had a similar experience as Vicky. Um, Here's what's online gonna look for you. You have your core classes and all of that, but some of the classes like the ensemble, you want to be on campus for that. Because what we're doing right now is when you're in an ensemble, you're all playing together, right, in a classroom. But we're right now in this scenario, we're recording our parts, and weekly, one person is mixing it all together in a digital audio workstation. So that's how it's happening right now. And I mean, obviously, it's not ideal, but it's something, you know. So apart from that, it's been fine, man. You don't have to worry about what classes are gonna work and what aren't. So it's been a fine experience, rather good actually, because it's new to all of us actually, the faculty, management, and to the students. So we're all in this together and trying to see how to go about this new platform. Um, yeah.
Okay, so we got a live question here. It says, what is the remote experience like for a music production and engineering student look like? Maybe I have to answer this.
Yeah.
That's definitely a you question.
Yeah. I'm a first semester student. I'm going to apply in the fall for MPNE. And if you are an entering student, you should not worry about it because you won't have any on-hand experience in your first 2 semesters in any major, because you have to apply for your major like at the earliest in your second semester. So if you get accepted to your major, you will be starting it on your third semester. So yeah, for an intern student, that's not a problem. And for a continuing student, actually in the major, yeah, they are struggling to make it work because a major like MPNE needs a lot of time in the studios to get your craft right. I don't know if that answers the question, but I'll wait for a reply. Yeah, like to continue the ensemble related question. Yeah, in my experience as a guitarist, you won't have the ensemble experience. It's not the same, but you will learn some other useful tricks. Actually, if you are planning about being, I don't know, like a session pro musician, that's actually a good thing to have because, yeah, you will learn to get your parts right. And when you start to record yourself, if that's like the first time you start to do it in a like to show it to other persons, because maybe we do it in our bedrooms, but it's a completely different story to send it out to other people, and especially when other people need to record their parts to your part just has to be right, because if not, it will be a mess. So not only that, but also the fact that um, one thing is to play your part, and another totally different story is to actually uh, have expression going, right? And that's kind of like easier in a live situation when you have an audience or even an ensemble, because um, you feed from each other's uh, vibe, let's say it like that. You are in the moment. But when you're alone in your bedroom just playing by yourself, you have to train yourself to get to that um, mental state, to feel auto inspired, to play your parts as expressive as you want it to be, because you're at Berklee, you're not like recording a draft. Um, so yeah, ensembles will not be the same, but you will learn different things uh, while you're doing it. But the questions, yeah, about which classes worked and which didn't work well online. For me, the rest of them just work fine, if not better. But again, we are a first semester students, so we need that reference point. Yeah.
Um, Joelle, can I say something to that? Now
Yeah, of
something is
course.
getting to my mind. The ear training classes. So I'm in ear training 1 right now, in the first semester, and this is maybe a thing that other people said they experienced it differently, because in ear training, of course, you have to sing in front of the teacher, like the solfege, like from the notes directly, and like that, like and that was different because I mean, we have tests each Friday, like every Friday we have to sing in front of a teacher, but it's very different, I think, from a real class experience. I don't know how it is because I've never been to a real Berklee class, but you get tested, so it's you're still doing it. I think it's a different experience because I think if every class you sing it with the professor in that moment, it's probably more helpful, but I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Maybe I have to
Yeah.
talk with Gitanj and also Vance about this. I don't know
Yeah, no,
if
I
you can
agree with
add
what you
something to
say.
that.
I forgot about ear training. It's definitely a much better experience when you're all together, because also there are these exercises which require multiple people to work on together. So you just don't get that, because when you're on your screen, all you hear is the professor and yourself. So you don't really get that experience, and there are definitely drawbacks of doing online. But if you're talking about the curriculum only and the academics, it's not much of a problem. I mean, there's pros and cons to everything.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even if it's alone, I concentrate on myself on the solfege right. So maybe I would have been independent, others singing with me. So I was all alone from the beginning. So maybe this is also a good thing. I don't know. The pros and cons, right? I don't know.
Yeah, no, there's pros and cons to everything. I mean, with the I mean, what they call ear training musicianship at 5 week, and it's basically the same thing. I mean, it's not the same since not college students. It's people of varying ages and skill levels. It's kind of like a more of a scale of people in it. But I mean, there's a disconnect because like the professor doesn't really know like if everyone's got it because like we're all singing while muted and she's like playing it and stuff like that. But I mean, I haven't had like a bad experience with it so far. I mean, like to move on to like private lessons and stuff like that. I mean, I kind of prefer private lessons over Zoom for some reason. It just works for me personally. Because I mean, I've done them in person too, so I have a comparison. I mean, in person's always going to be a bit better because you have the vibe in the room. If it's a good vibe, then you're gonna, you know, thrive a little bit better, especially with ensembles. I mean, like you said, there's pros and cons to everything. I mean, I like to see the pros in it, so it kind of lifts my spirits a bit. But yeah.
Well, definitely one of the pros is that every class gets recorded. So anything you want to check, even if you miss any part of the class for any reason, it's uploaded. So you can go and check and review for the test or anything that you have any doubt about it. So that's great. I I only wish they keep recording once we get back on campus because that's a great thing to have, actually.
Absolutely, Joel. I'm so with you. I will miss this. I think when we will go to the real campus, I will miss this.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about the recording. That really helps if you're not clear about something and you don't want to ask them to repeat themselves.
So another question. As an incoming freshman, which core courses do you take first?
So what you gotta do is take the proficiency test, which is called ESPA, and based on that test, they put you in classes, in your core classes. And for the first semester, you don't really register for any classes. You're already put in all of your classes, which is, I think it's the same for everyone, right? It doesn't matter whatever you're gonna major in, but it's the same for everyone. So you don't have to worry about that. Now, if you start at a base level, you're gonna be put into MAT, which is music application and theory, which is equivalent to harmony 1 and arranging 0, both in one class. So that's MAT and ear training 1. These are the only two core classes that you do at a base level. Now, if you score really well on your ESPA test, you may as well be put into, I don't know, harmony 3 and ear training 2, arranging 1. I mean, there's also all sorts of possibilities in that scenario.
And also, I think you can take tests in the summer if you think you're not like put in the right class. You also have the possibility to go to a higher class if you think it's too easy for you. So it's cool. You can switch all the time, kind of like if you want to go higher, if you needed to, you can go there if you want to. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can also like test out of classes. For instance, let's say you start with ear training 1, and for any given reason you want to test out of ear training 2, you can take the exam and test out of that, which I wouldn't recommend because these are the core skills you want to get right. Well, uh, every course you want to get it right, of course, but um, like ear training classes and harmony classes, there's no way around it. For me, it's like if you have a deep knowledge, a deep understanding of those subjects, you're like in a great shape. Yeah, awesome. Glad to help. Um, I sure did it for you guys because you are on Zoom and you're not watching the chat. So Ola's Beat says this is great info. I love it. Thumbs up. So we are going good here. Um,
Yeah, I actually have my browser open and I just read Ola's Beats' comment.
like
Oh,
a
that's so cool.
boss.
Can you send me the link? Is that okay, Gitanj?
All right,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Is it on Discord, you said? I don't have Discord.
Twitch. We are on Twitch right now.
Twitch. My bad, my bad.
Ah,
I do not have a Twitch. But... Oh,
Um,
thanks.
never mind.
yeah, just remembering to share the stream link with anybody who would find it helpful, so that most people can get this information. Let's move to the next question. Would you recommend waiting to take any classes for the second semester if we have a choice?
Hmm.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
Yeah. would you recommend waiting to take any classes for the second semester if we have a choice?
I think Vance can probably answer that question because I don't know. I've only been online and I will take all the classes again. Or
Yeah,
what
just
else
repeat,
have I?
repeat it one more time for me, Joel. You cut out a little bit.
Yeah. Would you recommend waiting to take any classes for the second semester if we have a choice?
I don't. I'm actually not really sure if we have a choice to wait to take any classes. I mean, I know his first semester.
I think she's referring to going part time,
Oh, I
and
see. Or like
yeah, and maybe waiting for I don't know, ensemble for next semester, something like
Right,
that.
right. I mean, at the end of the day, I think it just boils down to if you can afford it or not. Because I mean, it's a lot of money to go to Berkeley. I mean, it's no secret. I mean, yeah. I mean, it's all. And if you want to be at Berkeley and be with the people and make those connections, it's worth it to stay full time and to get the Berkeley experience your first semester, and then just ride it out till second semester, and then when you get your major and all that. But I mean, I have a lot of friends and a lot of incoming freshman friends who are deferring because it's you can't afford it, or they're like, I'd rather just do liberal arts, get the credits, transfer them over, and then focus on the other the other Berkeley provided classes that you get. But I mean, me personally, I have some money to go, so I can do it. But I mean, it's if you can afford it and you really want to do it, I'd recommend going full time and doing it because it's worth it. It is worth it. That's my spiel on it.
So, Gitansh, what do you think about it? Like, would you, if you had the chance to start your semester, and Vicky too, of course, if you had the chance to um, make your own schedule for your first semester, would you do something like that, like waiting one semester for any course?
So let me just pull up my schedule real quick. What I have for this semester is math, year training one, a lens course. Lens is, don't worry about it just yet. A liberal arts course, private instruction, ensemble, and one accelerated Pro Tools. By the way, so there are production courses, and MTech one is one of them. So you can test out of it, and I did. So that's why I was put into accelerated Pro Tools. Anyway, though, uh, I don't think I would maybe skip a class from the list that I have right now, or just delay it for later, because I think it works out just fine for me. But then again, this is my first semester, and I just don't have that much experience to know if it'd be advisable to skip any class right at the beginning. So I mean, to me, it just seems fine. But then again, it's a very personal thing, and it depends on what your priorities are, what you want to do, what specialization you want to do. So, if there's anything that you want to talk about regarding course planning or your degree, just hit up your advisor. And because when you're a student, you have all the access to talk with anyone that you like, from chairs to advisors to what are they called? The SAMs, student mentors. So, yeah, if you have any questions, hit them up. To me, though, this seems fine, and I wouldn't change it any other way.
So, what about you, Vicky? What What do you think?
Can you
Would you?
do you hear me? I think my connection is really bad right now.
Yeah, I can hear you. Fine.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Um, I think also like Itanj, it's like the academic advisor is super, super helpful and always like there for you if you have any questions. And what I've been talking about with my academic advisor was also about the classes and halftime and stuff like that. And she said, of course, and this is what many people said, is you can get away like all the core, like all the arranging or e-training classes like online. And this is super cool because you can, yeah, do them at home. And I don't know if this is good or bad, but I've been experiencing it right now. And I don't know, like this is so hard because I only have this one side of view. But yeah, I will totally go on and do my e-training classes and everything I can because I really enjoy the online thing, and I also learn a lot through the online courses and also about the. I know this sounds stupid, but like presenting yourself on Instagram or Facebook, and you can like put so much time into that, and also taking your courses everywhere you want. You can go home, you can go everywhere you want and do just your studies. So I think that's really cool, and this is a positive effect. So if you can, I would recommend taking as much courses as you can. So you can kind of, I think like that, relax when you go on campus for real and just do everything you really want to do. And you can like now decide what you want to do. You can come to your senses and really decide where you want to go. And yeah, and then live it. So yeah, I mean, this is what but maybe that's very optimistic. I don't know how the others think.
Yeah, in my experience, I really don't see what everybody freaks out about. That's one of the reasons I thought of getting everyone here together and talk about it, because actually it's not a bad experience at all. I mean, it depends on each person, because I think everyone learns differently and needs different things for their learning process. Even having different goals in mind. Some people maybe they think of Berklee all about ensembles and playing 24/7. I mean, everybody has a different goal to it. But about the education itself, I don't have a single thing like to really criticize. Maybe the bookstore being slow, but again, we are in a pandemic, so it's kind of like not too cool to
Yeah.
really
Joel, can I
criticize
interrupt
that.
you?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, about that. That's so true because I mean, I don't know what part in the world you are right now, but yeah, through this pandemic, it is super hard to do music together with everyone you like. Like this is I mean, we are able to even connect or do music online somehow, even if there's this pandemic. So I'm super grateful for being able to study and not like sitting at home doing nothing, because this is what I would do if I wouldn't have this. So I'm really happy to do at least a lot of this, and it's super awesome and it's something new, and I think it's not worse, but I don't know the real Berklee, so probably someone who's been to the campus before would say, yeah, this is nothing, but for me this is really, really great. I think.
Yeah, for me
No,
too. I
I
mean, like this saved my whole Corona times, you know, like Berkeley was a pandemic saver for me. Vance, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna say like it's kind of like forcing all of us to become more tech savvy, and like
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many project sessions I've done over the summer and with other people, and like it's getting me better at Logic. It's getting me better at just working in an online space. I mean, like why would you want to not be good at that? Because like that's kind of like how we that's kind of how our world works nowadays. I mean, in a lot, it's like, I mean, I want to be a session player when I leave the school. I mean, like a lot of sessions I heard from a lot of people, you know, was kind of like just sending tracks to people. So it's just better practice with this to get better at recording, like you said, and you know, nail the track in your first try and stuff. So
Yeah, that's totally it. Even like at Berkeley, they tell you this a lot, that you want to have as many skills as possible so that you can be like this, and I quote my previous class, one-stop shop, right? Um, because that gives you more opportunities for you in the industry. So actually having skills like knowing how to record yourself properly. You can be in a gig anywhere in the world, uh, have a like I don't know, can you record these guitar tracks for me? Okay, and you're on the bus or whatever you are with an interface, a laptop, your guitar, off you go, and you if you can record it like professionally, you don't need a studio for that. You can send your tracks right away from there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and sorry.
yeah, go on.
You sure? No, you can.
Yeah, no, go on. All right.
You go first. I'll go.
So Vicky was talking about we haven't been on campus, so we don't know any better, which I think is very true. We haven't had the on-campus Boston experience at Berkeley, so that's definitely kind of rough to begin with. Um, but I mean, you know, so far it's been all right. It's been fine. I personally haven't faced any issue by doing online. If anything, I don't know, I've learned some other things which have, I guess, made me more technologically savvy, and it's been fine. But there is one major criticism that I have about this platform is that there's barely any socializing. And when you're going to a music school such as Berkeley, at that level, 50% of it all is just networking. One thing is to study something, another is to make those connections that the people you're going to work with are sitting right next to you. And there's barely any of it happening right now, which I'm really sad about. So if you want to maybe make friends or something, you email them and just start a conversation, share your Instagram handles or something of that sort, and then talk with them, which seems to be a lot of work, and it is. So socializing is not great. But if you like, you want to get a degree and you don't want to wait any longer because this pandemic is very unpredictable. You don't know how long this is going to last, this situation. So, I mean, I guess doing online will be just fine for you. No hindrance at all. But if you like, I want to get that Berkeley experience, then I mean, you're gonna want to consider a lot of different things at the same time.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally. And
Can
let me welcome Reed, that has
okay.
just joined us from.
Hi. I'm in
Hello,
the
Reed.
parking lot of a burger. I'm in the parking lot of a Burger King right now because it's the only place that has cell service.
Yeah, man, thank you for that. Actually, can you explain why are you calling from a parking?
Okay, so there was a crazy storm that happened when I was at work, and this caused a bunch of trees to fall by my house, and so I can't get home right now. So for the past hour, I've been like driving around, scrambling for a place that has cell service so I could join this.
Yeah, bro, you're my man. Like you're joining us in that situation. You're great.
Happy you're here.
Oh, anytime. I'm excited to be in this.
Where are you, by the way?
Like where I'm from.
Yeah,
So I'm from New York.
and you're in New York right now.
Yeah, I'm in New York right now.
Burger King, New York.
Yeah, exactly. I'm in a Burger King in New York, just chilling.
Oh man.
Oh man.
But I wanted to add something to what Gitanj said. Sorry, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So sorry to go back to that. Okay, what was it? Yeah, that this online experience gives you also the time to work really on yourself, your songwriting, what you're doing, and it's totally focused only on what you do. And this is also a pro thing or a good thing, because when do you have the time to only focus on yourself? Because if you're in classes, you probably should like, yeah, connect, do things with other people. But now it's the time to improve on yourself and to prepare yourself also, I think. I mean, this is my opinion, to prepare yourself where you're going and what you're going to do. And also, yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I love it. I don't know. I'm really surprised. I love it. Right. How do you like it?
Wait, say that again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I asked. I don't know. The connection here is kind of shoddy, so it's like cutting in and out a little bit.
How's your experience been doing online so far?
Oh, well, actually, I haven't started. I'm an incoming student, so I haven't started any of the online
So
classes yet.
sorry.
I'm very interested to see like what it's gonna be like, because obviously, like I've seen Joel has explained a couple things. Like he showed like some stuff when he was first starting out, and it seemed very interesting. And I know that Vance too has been doing like the 5-week, and that's all been online. I don't know. I'm keeping an open mind to it, because I've never done anything like this before. Yeah, so like, yeah, that's basically, yeah, just keep an open mind.
Yeah, what I've noticed with the summer program is kind of like piggybacking on Gitan's thing. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm sorry.
No, that's perfectly all right.
Okay. Um, I've noticed that too. It's just like there's no socializing at all. That's like my really biggest thing, is why I want to go to music schools, for connections and meeting new people to work with, because that's what I want to do. I want to work with people. There's like, I mean, the only people you can socialize with are the people in your class, and you kind of barely even talk to them because you don't want to talk over the teacher and stuff like that. And, you know, I mean, like you might like drop your Instagram handle in the chat or something, be like, hey, we can, you know, hit me up here. Let's start a group chat. I mean, I have been, you know, making friends with my ensemble mates, which is good. I mean, we have a iMessage group chat, and we can, you know, just talk and stuff, which is, you know, I'm happy. I'm fortunate about that, because I mean, normally I'm kind of spoiled because I've done it in person 3 times, so I know what it's supposed to be like. And like you meet a lot of new people when you're in person and stuff like that. Like, I mean, it's just not with social media, because I want to compare it to social media, but like, that's like the best way to compare it to now. It's just like you'll probably gain like 100 followers just by being in person in like, you know, a matter of like a week or something. But with this, it's kind of, you know, a bit slower meeting people, which is unfortunate. But I mean, and it's also what Vicky said too. It's like you have more time to work on yourself. I mean, I had so much time to shed, and I'm so happy about that. So like I can better myself with my instrument and all that stuff. So I mean, it is give and take. I mean, if you want to work on yourself, you're gonna have to kind of sacrifice social time and stuff like that. Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to say that it's pretty evident that someone is loving it, the same experience. Someone is loving it, and someone's like, nah. I mean, it's really catered to your own personal needs, and you gotta factor in everything. Is basically it. Now, a lot of this conversation might sound diplomatic because it is. We can't really talk about you specifically. Um, but if you want that, maybe you could just hit us up, any one of us on Instagram, and we'd be happy to help you out.
Yeah, if anyone wants the Instagrams of the people here, you can just hit me up on my Instagram, and I will. There's all the posts there and the tags about it in place. But if you want, you can send me a message, and I will share it with you.
Yeah, I
So
just
have you
wanted
guys?
to add. Sorry.
Oh,
You go.
sorry. I was about to ask. Have you guys like found any like silver lining, like all of this online stuff? Is there like anything like positive that you guys like have found?
I mean, a ton of things. I mean, I think, for example, because yeah, it's seen like it depends on the person who you are, but also like even introverted people, they get the chance to meet each other on the same way, and this is a thing I think also people can like get something from. So that's pretty cool. And it's really bad because we don't meet in person, but also the people who would have never like talked to me in person maybe wrote me somewhere and I just answered them and we just connected somewhere else. So I think it's, yeah, it's like all the time. It's like the pros and cons. It's good and bad, but I really like it. I got to know a lot of people and I already say I can call a few people friends. And one of them also visited me because I'm in Europe and he lives like 5 hours away from me in Italy and he also visited me. So that was pretty cool. And we jammed together and we had fun and talked about classes, even did classes together. It was a Friday when he arrived. So yeah, yeah, it's possible. But yeah, these are special times. So it's really hard to do anything else. I mean, if you're in Europe, it depends on the land you're living in. You can meet up or not. I mean, the US, I think it's probably pretty hard right now. So yeah, I don't know. But I've been experiencing good stuff until now. I don't know. I hope it goes well.
So, Olus Beats has another question, which is what are the work studies like at Berkeley? And I'm not sure what work studies mean
No,
exactly.
I can kind of speak to that because I've had a little, I've
All right,
seen.
go for it.
Um, it's like, so the question was like, what are they like?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the work studies like at Berkeley?
There's a lot of variety. You can do a lot. I mean, I remember I was on a Zoom call. It was a webinar with my chair. Yeah, my chair, and they were talking about like a session player's work study and stuff like that, where they were like get you have you on like a call list, and then your you know studios call students if they need them. I mean, also there's like you can be a teacher's assistant. I think you can work in the library. You can work well if you're on campus. The work studies really apply, but I mean, you work in the library. You can work in the studios. Yeah, you can be an engineer, like a house engineer or something like that. I think if you're like good at it. I mean, yeah, there's a lot that you can do that they pay for. Like the biggest one is working in the Berklee Performance Center, the BBC. Being sound engineers or uh, what's the word?
Yeah. Stage.
Yeah, stagehands. Like they
Yeah.
hire a lot of stagehands and also ticket counters and stuff like that. Like that's like the biggest work study I'd say there is. I mean, I don't know from experience because I'm not like a real student yet, but that's what I've seen when I'm on campus.
I mean, I don't know if you said that, but you can also be a tutor in every class, whatever you like. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I have a tutor and she's super cool and she's in the last semester. So you also get connected to someone who's not in your semester, who's not starting with you online, but somewhere else. So, and also people, I heard like people from Berkeley want to like move together in Europe or somewhere else. If they're from Europe, for example, I'm sorry, I'm talking only for European people now, but they can move together. Like they want to search for a place they want to go and like, I don't know, rent a music house or something like that, and then like have the online experience, but safe, of course. Like, yeah, if it's allowed in that country and if it's sure and they don't are if they're not infected or something with the virus. So like, I don't know. Like there's this opportunity. People are thinking about this. I think my connection went off. Do you hear me?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
perfectly. Yeah.
No
Sorry, were
problem.
you saying something, Vicky?
But you did get what I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can go with the next question. I don't know if any of you knows this. It says, is the workload more or less being online?
It's a lot. I don't know.
I'd say it's the same. It doesn't change between online and on campus, but it does change if you're doing summer because this is a 13-week program. So a 15 or 16-week curriculum is condensed into this 13-week thing, which can seem a handful sometimes, and it is actually. It is a lot of work.
But online, you can sleep longer if you're in the right
Yeah,
time
yeah.
and if you are in the right courses.
And you don't have to be running around the campus to get to your classes as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's a big thing. It's like a half an hour is not a lot in between classes, in person. But like, when you're home, half an hour, you can make lunch or something, and or practice before before something too.
Yeah, and from the information I could get from mentors and academic advisors and teachers, even. Yeah, it's what Gitanj said. It's the summer semester being 12 weeks instead of 16 makes it like it's not that Berkeley will teach you less content, so you will have to learn exactly the same curriculum in a shorter period of time. So it gets crazy, especially during midterm. Like you got a lot of um, projects to hand in at the same time that you got to study for exams and performances and whatnot. Um, but also they told me uh, I can't of course say anything about it because this is my first semester, but they told me that some courses give you more workload when they went online for any given reason, maybe to keep you uh, paying attention, maybe. For instance, ensemble, it is more because you have to take this into account. In a normal ensemble situation, you would study your part, go to the class, perform your part, that's it, right? But in these COVID ensembles, it basically you will study your part, attend the class, not perform that in class, but record yourself until it sounds good, which sometimes you can get away with some minor things in a live ensemble, but you won't get away because your track can be soloed and listened to carefully and in detail. Um, so you gotta be perfect. And also, uh, recording yourself in video, that's something that you may not imagine, but that's a thing. You have to record videos of yourself, and then you will get all of the people together in one video, or like for each song there will be a video, so you have to shoot yourself, shoot like b-roll video to have something interesting going, um, record your parts, and of course learn your parts as you normally would. So ensembles do take a significant amount of time, like much more time that I imagine a normal live ensemble would do.
Yeah, and let's not forget about the heroes that choose to edit the videos or mix the other tracks.
Yeah, actually,
That's a lot of work.
I signed up for the first song to do the engineering side to get everyone's track together, mix it, and everything. And that was the last time I signed up for anything because I didn't have any time left after that. Because you have not only to do the engineering side, but also you have to like keep asking for everybody's parts. So it is a um, funny thing to do. It's we have another question. It says, does every student participate in an ensemble? Do you want to answer that?
YES.
Big YES.
Yeah, it's part of your core music music course. So basically, you have to do ensembles, private instruction on your instrument, ear training, harmony. Well, your first semester probably will be MAT, which is Harmony 1, as Gitanj said. And afterwards, MAT divides into harmony and arranging. So
There's a thing I want to say about the recording stuff. The cool thing also about the online studying is that you really have to do everything on your own, and you cannot ask anybody else. I mean, you can if you want to. You can also always talk to your teacher. You can write them emails. I think like all the time, because I'm writing them in German time, and they respond me, and I'm like, it's weekend, but it doesn't matter. They really respond to you all the time, and but also you have to do it on yourself. So you really have to work on yourself. You cannot, like, I cannot go to Gitanj's place and just say, hey, do my like vocal recording stuff for me, because I can't do it. I have to do it on my own, and I have to learn, and I have to write my teacher. And this is a really cool experience, because probably if I would have been on the campus, maybe I would have asked Gitanj to do this for me. And so now I have to do this on my own, and I had to get it, and it's possible. I swear to you all, it's possible. So that's a really good thing, I think. Yeah, and you're like getting the I don't know if this is the right English word, like the self-consciousness to ask a teacher about help or something if you really struggle with something. I think they're all behind this, and they all want to bring you further, and they all want to help you, and this is a cool thing. I think this is also good.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
I have a question.
Go.
So, how did you guys get to choose your ensembles, or were you like assigned?
Assigned.
Assigned.
Again in the first semester.
in my case, it was kind of both. Once I finished my ESPA, my audition piece, like the prepare piece, they told me which style did I prefer for the ensembles. They didn't let me choose one specifically, but they asked me for my preferences.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the standard procedure for everyone. You do your audition, ratings audition, and you have this little chat where you discuss your interests and preferences, and then they accordingly themselves put you in any ensemble. So you don't
Okay,
actually
cool.
choose, but you get something similar to your interests. Then the whole story changes second semester onwards, when you have to register for each and every class yourself.
Okay, so let me welcome Brandon, which is in the waiting room. Let's say hi.
Brandon.
Brandon.
Hello. Hi.
Hello, Brandon.
Hello.
Is Reed in a car? That's amazing. Okay, just
Yeah.
continue.
Yeah, I'm in a Burger King parking lot.
This is great.
Oh man.
Leave it to Reed.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's joining the Zoom from a parking lot. How many
That's
people
a power.
do that actually?
It's the powerful experience.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. Would someone like to explain what I just jumped in on?
We were praising Berkeley for the online experience, basically, except ensembles.
I mean, I wouldn't really know anything about that, but it's great. Honestly, the fact that they have so much availability for the online stuff is really great because I don't know, it's kind of perfect for the fact that everything is going wrong right now. So we're all smiling about it, I guess, because there's nothing else that can be given to us at this point.
Well, actually, that's something Vicky shared to a moment ago. Like, and yeah, like for me, and I will say it again, Berkeley really saved my quarantine. Like, what else can you do now? Like, it's um, it's not the same experience as being on campus as everybody that had that experience can say, but at the same time it's not a bad experience at all. So you get to learn tons of stuff as you would expect from any normal situation at Berkeley, and you'll learn to develop other skills because of the given restrictions, like recording yourself and stuff. And then again, eventually we'll be back on campus and we'll have the full experience. So we will get both and an added um, large quantities of resilience. That's my view on the subject. So
Yeah, so what I think is if you focus on the pandemic and the circumstances we're in right now, it's been great. The Berkeley online experience has been great thus far. But then if you shift your focus to just Berkeley in general, you're g- you're gonna want to be on the campus, right? But now that we're here, this is probably the best that you can get, and it's good. It's honestly quite decent.
And also, like, by doing online, personally for me, I'm saving a whole lot of money this first fall semester. Like, a lot of money.
totally, yeah.
And I am ecstatic for that. That I'm saving so much money for this first fall semester.
Because of the money that I'm able to save from fall semester, like literally from personal experience, I'm using this wow fancy microphone. Oh gosh, wow fancy microphone. But it's a lot. I've been able to get some newer equipment, and so I can upgrade my setup in terms of just recording by myself, which is great because then now I get more experience learning how to do everything completely independently, and especially in terms of what I know there are a lot of people at Berkeley trying to pursue for like everyone trying to, or for a lot of people trying to make their way up in terms of other people knowing them and creating a career. It's good to know how to do everything for yourself.
Agree, totally. Um, Especially because if you learn those skills, you can make your own song at 3 a.m. when you can't sleep, and you have nobody to ask for some help. So it's great to collaborate and have different opinions and views on a song. But at the same time, it's also great to be able to do everything from start to finish. Like it will enable you to do so much more.
Exactly, and like this $2,500 grant that they're giving us is great, honestly, because like it's just giving me the opportunity just to like make the home studio that I've always wanted to make, and it's also just going to be helping with the online for the fall semester a whole lot easier too. just being able to buy that equipment and not trying to scramble for a lot of things. So yeah, I think that's also like really helpful and great too that Berklee's doing that. That just giving us that $2,500 grant to spend on whatever equipment or whatever we need.
It, another question. It says, with the pandemic aside, I was just wondering how studying a semester abroad would work. I don't know about this question specifically. I've heard something about Valencia not being an option.
Yeah, I don't know much about Valencia.
Yeah. Vicky, do you happen to know anything about that?
Pretty positive that I read an email that explained that there's nothing going to be happening separately. The only option is going to be online if you're going to start in the fall, from what I've seen. If
Yeah,
I'm
I
remembering
think
correctly. I really hope
they
that's correct.
will they will add some new times like courses being taught from Valencia, so that they have a better offering of possible times for courses, especially for people like in China. Like they have it really, really tough for that.
And India.
And
Yes,
India.
sir. I
Well,
mean,
aren't there a lot of sorry, continue.
sorry, I was just gonna say, sorry, Brandon. I was just gonna say, if you're really interested in music tech, I know Valencia is like the place for it, like for Berklee students. Like you kind of like got their best music tech things over there. I mean, that's all I really know about it. I had a friend that went over there for a couple of semesters and he really loved it. Yeah.
I lost my train of thought. It's okay. It'll come up sometime later.
I have another question. This is about like the kind of like the little audition that we do in the beginning. Like, how did that work? Like online. Like I'm just like curious if like how that went down.
Do you mean the very first audition?
Yeah, like the one that gives you your rating. That one.
I mean, there's reading in every audition, but are you talking about the audition that decides?
I think he's talking about the placement audition.
Yeah, like the placement audition. That's what I was talking about.
All right. It's there wasn't any problem that I faced, and I think I can speak for a lot of people here. It's pretty much standard. You read, you play your piece, and then there's this improvisation thing that you do, which you can just play. They send you a link to play the backing track on YouTube. You do that on your system and play on your instrument or sing whatever you want to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's the same thing that happens when you're in person, but virtual this time. So no problem at all.
It was recommended that you learn how to properly have equipment to be performing over Zoom and stuff. So, I mean, a few days ago, I actually did a practice Zoom call with some of my friends, and we just performed and made noises and told each other about how the instruments sounded and how we could improve the instruments. Because if you want to, especially if you're like an electric guitarist, and you want to plug your stuff in through Logic, it's really good to join Zooms with people that you know, and then just mess around with Logic or whatever you're using and try and figure out how to get the sound that you want, including the backing track as well, because that's
like what
that causes a lot of problems.
Like what works best for you when you did that?
Well, for me, I'm not sure how much this counts, but because I'm playing sax, I usually just put my stuff through Logic, and then and if I'm not mistaken, you can share both your screen and audio. So I literally just shared my screen and audio, and then I have the backing track in one row, and then I have my sax in the other, and then I just perform the sax part live as like through monitors, and I share the audio. And because I have headphones in, there's no feedback or anything. So that's what
Oh,
works for me. I'm sure you can do something similar with your guitar, except I'm not sure you can talk immediately after. There are certain things that you have to do where you switch the audio just to Logic Audio, and then you switch it back to whatever microphone you're talking through. It depends on which instrument you're using, because I can just use the mic that I'm talking into, because sax. Ow.
I mean, I'm sure you can, if you have like a multiple input interface, you could probably run like your mic and your guitar at the same time, right?
yeah,
Yeah. I will be trying that out very soon.
same.
Okay, so I have a question from Instagram. It says, do you think it will be easy to balance having a job and doing Berklee online? Oh, God. Does anybody here want to answer that?
I mean, if you're if you're part time, it'd definitely be easier.
Yeah.
My dad's professor at a college in Massachusetts, and he has that problem with full time students working, you know, working and trying to take the classes at the same time, and kind of interferes. I mean, I'm not really sure. I mean, I'm working while I'm doing full time, but I'm like kind of like I'm lucky enough to have my job kind of like be molded around my schedule for college because it's teaching. So it's just like, hey, can we reschedule and it'll work that way. But I mean, like a working like a normal job, I'm not. It's kind of hard. I won't lie. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and if you're doing full time and online, it gets much easier if you were to do maybe on campus, because then you have all this time on your hand from traveling and all that jazz. I'm not working, but I have a friend who is doing 15 hours a week right now, and I share like two classes with him, so he's doing the same degree program, and online. And he's been rather happy that it is online, because then he can work basically more than he might be able to if it were on campus.
Yeah, I think you can work part-time. I don't think you can work and study both full-time. It just will be impossible. At least if you want to get like a good understanding of the courses. I wouldn't recommend it. Either you do part-time study, full-time job, or the other way around. But yeah, doing both full-time would be like crazy.
Unless you think you can handle it, then go for it.
All right, I'm gonna bounce right now, so I'll see you guys later. All right,
See ya.
Great meeting you.
bye.
Thanks,
Nice
Bye.
having you.
Samir, I have to bounce too. I just found out I can go back home, so I'll try and do that.
Please do it, Reed, and take
Yeah,
care.
I know you wanted to have less people on for business reasons. I guess we'll kind of like close out this round of people, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
wait. You're good.
All right, thanks for having us, Joel.
All right,
It was
Joel.
great, and I hope
Yeah, thank you,
this
Joel.
information helped someone at least.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully the video will stay uploaded so they can be checked by the people who couldn't make it because of work. So
Awesome.
thank you
Yeah.
guys.
Awesome.
Much
Thank
love,
you for
Joel.
joining.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Okay.
Was supposed to go, right?
Yeah,
I
you
was
can
done
go,
before.
Vicky. That's
Bye.
fine.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, because she's in Germany, so right now it's like midnight,
Oh my
right?
god.
Like 1 a.m.
That's such a powerful experience.
Yeah, 1 a.m. Yeah, but it's okay. Have a good night and have fun.
You
Yeah,
too.
thank
Oh
you,
my
Vicky.
Thank you.
Bye.
gosh.
Okay, so that was the first round of people.
Mhm.
And now for round two. We are still
Yes.
are waiting for another person to join, but she had to go to work. So let's see if she can get back on time. If not, um,
Yeah.
we'll take it from here. So, um, I think we have one more question. If not, I will make them all up. Uh, let me.
Ooh, I have a question though.
Yeah, sure.
So, just generally, I just want to make sure that I did this correctly. So, well, I'm not sure if you'll have a similar experience, but I took AP tests and wow, I passed them. Wow, so cool. But then for transferring credits because of the AP classes, or rather like replacing credits for next year, or rather this coming semester, um, when I send them in, do I literally am I supposed to just send them in through sending them from College Board or sending them through wherever I took the test from and then
I don't know for AP how you have to go about it,
yeah.
but you should ask an academic advisor, and they will tell you right away. Like that's the best option to send them an email. Uh, if you want, I can then send you which email is from the academic advising office. But they reply so fast and like so to the point that it's amazing. So that's great.
All right.
Okay, so let's welcome Gio. Hello.
Oh,
Um, so we have two more questions for now. It says, what are assessments like? I think we covered this, but basically, it is uh, the same as your um, entering audition, like the acceptance. You have to have a prepared piece. You will have sight reading. You will have ear training, call and response, and like playing different styles. What else?
improv.
Improvisation, yeah. And
Oh,
basically,
wait, hold
that's
on.
yeah.
For the improvisation part, I was just wondering because I was reading through um the things that you end up doing at the placement auditions, and there's something about like having improv in your prepared piece. Like, is there something, are you supposed to let them know if you're putting improv
Uh,
into your prepared piece or
you don't have to actually. It depends. It depends on what you're playing. Like for my not my entrance, I played like a whole prepared piece with no improvisation at all.
Mhm.
And for my assessment one, I played a jazz piece. So if you're playing like a jazz piece or a blues piece, they kind of assume that you're gonna take a few rounds of improvisation. And usually, what happened in mine is, since I improv, I did some improvisation in my piece already. They didn't ask me to do it later. They just said, "Okay, I'm going with the one you just did, so we can skip that." And I mean, depends. It's on you actually. If you want to show like your improvisation on your piece, if you feel comfortable about it, you should do it. But it's not like mandatory, or you don't have to say anything.
Very
You're a
quietly.
bit quiet.
How about now?
Better.
Hold on.
Yeah.
How about now?
Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Yeah. So, in my audition, I also did a jazz piece, and I also improvised. But even still, with that, they asked me to improvise. Just like it was more relaxed. So, like the fact that I showed improvisation in the jazz piece that I did, like it was easier when I got to the improv part. But that's just because jazz is a style that's like, I'm accustomed to it. Like I enjoy it, so it comes a little bit easier for me. But if you're doing something out of like, rock, like anything else, like that doesn't necessarily have like a jazz improv. Because I think, don't they ask for jazz improv, or do they ask any improvisation over anything?
Well, for me, like at the initial audition, because I mean, I was holding a saxophone, so I'm guessing they assumed blues. So they said, "What key?" And I said G, and then they went blues. So I was like, okay.
Got you. Okay. But yeah.
Yeah, in my case, they just played a blues track, and they told me to improvise to it. I will say it again because I was muted here in the live stream. In my case, they just played backing track. It was like a blues track, and I had to play some improvisation over it. Yeah, it wasn't jazz, and they didn't ask me to do that. But yeah, they are trying to see where you're standing, what you're good at, where you're not so good at. But the good thing is they won't like unaccept you for not doing it so great. And they do know you will be nervous too because it's your first audition. Because actually, it won't be the last one. You should keep doing those to get your ratings like higher, improving, so that you can get to better ensembles. And that's the way you show progress on your instrument to Berklee, actually. So yeah, as stressful as it may seem, it is always the same. I will keep being like, you can do it by midterm or by the finals exam. So you can have like re-audition, and that's your chance if you, for instance, got a lot better in sight reading or in your rhythmic parts or improvising or whatever. You just re-audition and get your ratings higher. So the next question is, do you ever get lonely or over teched out like technology, if that makes sense? Because you're on a computer so much. So do you ever get lonely or?
I mean, okay, so like, for me, it's not necessarily that I get like lonely or I get upset about like being on my computer or like doing something too much. Because I think no matter what, I'm still growing as a musician. So, and that's my end goal. Like, loneliness is only what you make it. And I never feel alone really because I'm doing collaborative work with people that, I've never met before. And the fact that we can do that now, I'm just seeing that as an opportunity to just grow in a different way. And especially after this, like this whole thing, once it's over, will, sorry, once it's over, like, uh, uh, we'll be back, like, we'll still have technology and we'll still have the after effects of that. The fact that, like, we now know, oh my god, like, we can put videos together, we can do all of this online, why do we need to do it in person? But I think it'll grow, like, over time, especially now, because we want to get out. So this time spending with technology gives us time to mature when we get to the in-person and to, working with each other in person. So I see it as a growth opportunity, and I try not to think about loneliness that way.
Yeah, totally.
In a lot of ways, I've learned to appreciate the loneliness, or rather the isolation in some ways, just because, like Jill said, it gives me an opportunity to literally just only reflect on myself. And then in terms of creating things, it allows me to create things that are more me. And then it's just nicer that way because I can be more true to myself without interrupting any of my ideas with other inspirational forces in my life, where I just, instead of just taking something and then kind of regurgitating something that I've heard before, and instead just creating something completely organic, something that I can resonate with. And that's just nicer. Even though sometimes it can get lonely, it's a cool opportunity to be able to just be in your thoughts and then understand how to be with yourself.
Definitely. And also thinking about like the life of a musician, a professional musician, that's kind of part of the job also, being alone in a room for a long period of time, working or studying. We like, from the moment we decided to do it, we knew that that was something that we all have to do. From this time, I mean, of course, I prefer to be like around people all the time. I love interacting all the time with people. But as you said, it's really nice to work on things by yourself, and I'm getting to learn a lot more. And since I'm like pretty much taking classes and practicing in the same room, the same environment, I'm like kind of doing a lot more. And I mean, with the projects and even like the things that's cool, sometimes you have like so much to do that you even forget about that you're alone or anything. You just have like so much to do and so much to learn. Like,
I agree completely.
Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you guys? Are you having fun?
Totally.
Cool. So
Yeah,
I was watching the streaming. It's everything fine, right? With the streaming?
yeah, I hope so. If not, we will upload like the recording. So either way, it will be up there.
Cool.
Just I don't trust my connection here in the middle of nowhere, so I'm recording it too, just in case.
Yeah, yeah.
So, can you tell us about you, about your instrument, your country,
Okay. So
and Luis too, please, and Jill too, and Brandon too, because you all chimed in the middle of the previous round, so you didn't have time to talk about yourselves.
No, thank
Right?
you.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
As you wish. I'm
So
not
kidding.
forcing
No,
anyone.
no. Shh. No, I'm kidding. It's fine. Everything's fine. Guys, can I eat pizza right now? I'm so hungry. I just got off my shift.
Please be my guest and bring me pizza.
Good, thank you. I just
Give us live ASMR. Flex the fact that we know how to record.
No, I'm not gonna do that. But you're just gonna have to.
So who's gonna be first? First one.
Do you want to go first? Since
It's
you are
fine. I don't have
unmuted.
pizza.
Yeah,
it's
we
fine,
wish
it's fine.
we had some pizza here.
Yeah.
Yeah, share.
Okay, so the question is pineapple pizza or some
Pineapple
people
pizza.
hate it. I love it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm not ashamed to say that. I love pineapple pizza.
I love it too.
Yeah, we're three. So
What is that? Why?
See, I don't love it, but I don't dislike it, so I'm not going to try and hurt anyone's feelings. We're just gonna leave it neutral right there.
We're gonna leave that where it is.
Okay, so I think my Spotify went metal. So let's get it right back to lo-fi. Great. Perfect. So let's start talking about ourselves.
I'll go first. Okay, so my name is Jill. Jillian Scott.
What's your last name? Oh,
Oh my
thank you.
god. Okay, so I go by Jill, so I'm Jill Scott. I wish I were the famous one, but I'm not yet. I said it. I'm from Princeton, New Jersey, which is gross. But yeah, and I sing. My primary instrument is my voice, but I play piano, guitar, drums, and I produce. So I have written, or I made one album, and then a Christmas album, and then I've been working on some small projects as well.
Wait, hold on, Christmas album?
Yeah, but you're never ever gonna find it or hear it because I made it when I was 13, and
So
we're not
sad.
talking about it.
Oh, we are going to look
That's
look
my
up for that.
dream job. I really want to have a Christmas album. I want people to think about Christmas and think about me.
Yes.
Awesome feeling. Goals.
But yeah, so that's me. Someone else go.
All right, let's go to Luis.
Cool, I can go. My name is Luis. I'm from Brazil. I'm from Porto Alegre, but actually I wasn't born here. I was born in a very small town called Concordia, where my parents still live. I live here with my brother, and we're like in the very south of Brazil. I'm actually kind of some ways close to Joel. I'm closer to Joel than to like the middle of the country, so something like cool thing to know. And I'm a guitar player. That's mostly what I do. I kind of try to play some other things. I try to sing a little bit, but in the end of the day, the guitar is my main thing. I'm passionate about blues and also jazz, but any contemporary styles. But like my kind of sound is that kind of tasty, jazzy and bluesy thing. And I work on stuff. Like I've been recording my own stuff, but I haven't like released anything yet. No Christmas albums yet. Maybe in the future. But yeah, I'm just like looking forward to keep on my journey at Berklee, getting to know cool people, and doing what Berklee brings us the best. That is like getting to know people and making new friendships and new partners in crime.
Yeah. So let's say Brandon.
Okay. Wow, Jill is really enjoying that pizza. Okay, so, hi, I'm Brandon Amor. Wow. Yes, I do know what my last name means. Just starting it off with that. I know what my last name means in whichever language you want to reference
What
it in.
is it? What is it? Tell us
I
now.
wonder. Um, I am primarily a
That's
saxophonist.
lovely.
Yes. I'm primarily a I'm I'm primarily a saxophonist. I've been playing for 8 years now. Eight, n- 8 years now. Yeah. I play other instruments as well. I find that I'm interested in music in general. And in terms of styles, I stick around to mostly lo-fi music. If you've heard it on TikTok, it's probably on my playlist, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, otherwise, I listen to anything that's like groovy, and I like making music that involves making music. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not really that hard to please. I want to chill with people and then make music and then have people find us for making fun music and then become friends with those people. And then that's yeah, it's the whole thing.
Awesome.
Where are you from?
Oh, I'm from San Ramon, California. I auditioned in San Francisco.
Nice. So, Fabricio.
Yeah. So my name is Fabricio. Some people say call me Fabrizio, but it's Fabricio. Yeah, who cares? But yeah, and I play the guitar. I play the guitar in Portuguese. The violador, I think is. Yeah, is that correct, Luis?
No, guitarra.
Right. Well, that was not close, but
No,
yeah.
You really
it's
just
like
went no.
it's the same. It's the same as in Spanish, just like with
Yeah,
a different R.
I don't know. In the internet, Joel, is that correct? When in the internet you search like guitar in Portuguese, it's like that word.
Um, I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I
Oh
wish
yeah, I
I
don't know
knew.
why I heard something like that when someone said. I had a friend who went to Brazil and told me, "Yeah, you play the violadora," and I heard like, "What?" I said something
No,
like, "Nah,
no,
yeah, yeah."
definitely not.
In Portuguese, it's the same as in English, right? In Spanish,
Yes, same.
the same meaning. Ah, okay, but something. Okay, sorry. Yeah. So I play the guitar, and um, I've been playing for maybe 10 years, but not just the guitar, other instruments like cajon, or also playing double bass in a symphonic orchestra when I was a child. That was fun, really, really fun, because we played like movie songs, like like your Star Wars, the movie, and many others. I don't remember right now, but yeah, that was really fun. And then I don't know. I play like guitar, cajon, double bass, and then I'm trying to learn how to sing. It's really difficult. It's not as easy as people think is. So it isn't. It isn't easy. And yeah, I'm from Lima, Peru, South America. And yeah, I am. This is my first semester at Berklee, and everything is really cool. Maybe I am trying to like I will start studying next year, not this fall. I will start my second semester in spring, I think. That's January. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next year and have fun. Not in Zoom. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we have one more question, or have we run out of questions already? Let me check. Um, yeah, that was the last one, the one of the loneliness. Um, but one thing about uh, being online, um, that we kind of like talked something about it before, but you get, especially for people outside from the US. I know it is the case for people in the US too, but you get to save a lot of money from living at your own home, right? A lot of money. Um, so I don't know about you guys, but in my case, it's like a very, very big thing, which actually will enable me to save up for the next semesters, like a ton of money.
Same
Yeah.
here, man. Same here.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, um I decided that I'm gonna move to Boston and get an apartment. Because I've been working for a bit, and I'm fortunate enough to have my mom like support me in that decision. Um, and like the dorms are so expensive, and the food plan and everything, that like it just doesn't even make sense. Like, even if the spring semester does happen, like it's so much easier, instead of like moving back, like moving into a dorm and then moving out and then moving everything around. Like, I rather just solidify a place. And
Hmm.
you know, it's so much cheaper than like worrying about, paying for the room and board. And then also, like, as you said, Joel, like it gives you a lot more money to pay for the next semester and other expenses that you might need.
Yeah, which actually it's not a tiny factor to your education, because um, you gotta learn ways of making it sustainable, if that makes sense. Um, Learn ways to save the money, and like have like the so-called financial plan in place, so that you kind of like know what you will be facing. So actually, and this is something I won't say like the source from where I got it, but Berkeley lost a lot, and I mean a lot of millions of dollars previously, and they were worried because they were going to lose even more if they didn't do the fall in hybrid mode. So they really, really tried to do it. So because I know this from a very trusty source, I can only think that this decision was actually made uh, with health in mind, and with like really taking care of everyone. And you know, it's a tough decision, but at the end of the day, it's the best one, because nothing matters when you are in a hospital bed, right? Even music, we love music, but you can't do music if you're not alive. Like, that seems so stupid to say, but sometimes we lose track of that very, very thought. Like, if we don't care, if we don't take care of ourselves, if we don't take care of others, just because of rushing it, it won't do any good. So I don't know. I felt confident that I'm at a place that the president and the people working are doing the best job possible in those areas, and they are very, very professional about it. So that gives me confidence, and that actually um, makes me try to assess my situation, look at the restrictions, the limitations, but also look at at, at the pros, at the good things that are actually available right now that won't be available on campus because it's not like the normal way Berkeley works. Like, for instance, we talked about the classes being recorded, so you can check any class that you had in the semester. You can check it online for any topic, any subject that you don't remember, or you just, I don't know, you don't have it very clear in your mind. You just can go back to your class, go to the exact time where that was like the concept was explained, and have it there for you to check. And you also have, of course, all of the access to the faculty. You have emails, you have Zoom meetings, like the office hours. The normal walk-in hours are now via Zoom. But really, in my experience, I don't find that struggling to have uh, the attention needed for me to have a great education, right? Like anything that I want, and I mean it, anything that I can come up with or need, is just an email away. Like even asking about a career advice from industry, like music business manager, if I just sent him an email and uh, he will get back to me like with a good explained email thought, you know, well thought out, not like someone that is writing too fast and like trying to get it done. Um, so anything that you can think of, and actually this will be the case once we get back on campus, you have all of the resources in front of you. They won't be coming to you. You will have to reach for them. So it's actually a good practice to start having, like not being afraid of sending an email, because sometimes we think we can bother or take some time from very busy people. But actually, they want that. They want us, the student, to reach out for them. They are there to help us, and that's about the faculty or the staff or anything. Like, um, especially now, they are really taking care of the whole student body. Um, that's what I can experience from the inside. Uh, So I don't know about you guys, how or what do you think? What's your experience on this?
I agree with everything that you said. One thing that is about Berkeley, and even I actually did the summer semester last summer. I'm returning, and this is like actually my first semester as a full-time student, but my second semester at Berkeley, like in a core thing. And even when I was there and right now, this is like the thing that you have to learn to do because you have a lot of resources. But one thing that being a foreigner, I think, is not only like Berkeley. It's like a lot in the American culture, but um, people are not gonna do things for you. But if you need help and you search for help, they're gonna help you. And that's something that Berkeley does a lot. Like anything you need, if you reach out to someone, they'll help you, and especially people that work there. And if they cannot help you, they'll like give you like an idea of someone who does. Like the same thing
Yeah.
as Joe. I've been like emailing a lot of people. I'm currently like trying to seeing how can I declare my majors, and I've been talking to the departments. Like I literally emailed like the department telling that I was interested in declaring the major, and they like responded like right away. They said, okay, we have to do this, maybe take those classes, and next semester you're gonna be able to like start your full major. And I mean that's like something that it's great. And once you learn to do it and you see that it works, you just won't stop. Like everything you need, like you say, okay, I have to email this person and this person, and you're gonna like do it all the time.
Yeah, actually, that's funny because maybe people wouldn't imagine that about being online. Um, you don't have enough time uh, to really connect with everyone you will meet, even online, right? It's amazing. Like, I saw one of the comments saying, well, I'm going to Berkeley because of the networking, the connections, and I don't believe I will get any of that in a remote situation, which makes sense. It's not the same experience, but trust me, you will connect with people and you will have more connections than time uh, to keep in touch with them, actually. Because you will be doing so much work, and it's amazing. Like if you think of it, you are almost 24/7 doing Berkeley's assignments and works and studying. So if you keep that for 4 years in a row, like 8 semesters in a row, by the end of it, you will be in your greatest ever shape. And I can only, like, I can't wait to be finishing. If, like, at the same time, I love the process, so I don't want to rush it, but I'm looking forward to it, right? Like, I'm starting to see what I will get, and gets me so excited. And at the same time, I want to stay in the loop, stay here, like all of the time, like the most time possible. It's like a weird combination. And actually, my experience was like, um, I didn't need to be, I didn't felt I, I need to be on campus to get, for instance, career advising, to get academic advising. Like the only thing that's different is, like we said before, ensembles. Um, the rest, it's like, for me, it's like if I could go back and with this information I have now, decide whether I will enroll or not in an online semester, I wouldn't doubt it. I was having my doubts back then, of course, because you don't know it. You don't know if it will work out. But if I had this information after almost finishing the summer, like it's a no-brainer for me. Like you will learn tons, you will meet so many people, you will connect, you will get your career going because you will have all of the um, career center advising that you need. Um, it all depends on you. You have those resources. You can just do nothing and don't even worry about it, or you can make, I don't know, weekly appointments and start building your resume and start um, finding what you want to work in the industry when you're like when you finish studying at Berkeley, so that you can start approaching that career path from your first semester. um, like, of course, little by little, step by step, but you will eventually do it and be working in the industry. So uh, that's that's something great. Like, if you think of it, how many people can actually say that? So I like, what's your opinion? And I want to ask you for both, like maybe Luis and Fabricio, like from the inside, and Jill and Brandon, as your expectations about Berkeley, and like it will be interesting to know.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna say one quick thing because I do have to leave very soon, and I
Yeah.
forgot I had something. Um, but yeah, so my expectations are actually a lot higher now that we're not there. I think because like going in, like they offered us, those that want to continue studying, whether it's remotely, um, money in order like to go to the school. They're like literally giving it out, making sure that people still want to go to the school.
Yeah.
And it's I'm much more appreciative of what Berkeley has to offer now, because I think before it was like, yeah, I'm going to Berkeley, like I'm so amazed by it, but yeah, I'm going there. And like now it's like, oh, life can change very fast, and it can throw you in many different directions. And I think that like this is letting us, understand that art takes time, and Berkeley is willing to give us that time to figure it out. And they wouldn't be offering us this money, and also the 6 credits, and also like the Zoom calls about what is it like internships and such like that. They wouldn't be doing that if they didn't care about the students. And I'm trying to just accept that, even though we're not going, like it's still going to be a great experience online, just even getting to talk to the teachers too. So yeah, those are my
Yeah.
2 cents. Thank
Yeah,
you
totally.
for
Like,
having me as well.
I feel like home really at Berkeley. Everybody is so kind, everybody's so caring, that it's amazing. And you can tell it's truth. It is not just something they would say because of a marketing thing. It's actually truth. They do care about their students.
I mean, it's been made quite evident that they care, because, I mean, they were trying really hard to get us onto campus because, I mean, obviously we all want to. Oh, bye, Jill.
Bye, Jill.
But they wanted to get everyone onto campus because they also knew that a lot of people wanted to go to Berkeley because of also the networking options, because the fact that there's so many different networking things, and specific events like Career Jam. I was really excited for that. But I think either way, it's a good experience for this to be happening, and just for us to be all taking in, because I mean, in reality, the likelihood of pandemics happening is pretty low, but I mean, they do happen. So
Yeah.
putting stuff into place so that we're prepared for if anything like this in the future somehow comes up, we're ready for it. We know how to function. under it. It's great because, like I said earlier, you learn how to be completely independent. You learn how to do things by yourself. And I mean, it's good to see that Berklee cares so much about the students in terms of both the health and also what we want from the school, because they know that we want a specific experience. They know what we're looking for in terms of them being a school. So the fact that they're taking all portions into consideration is a good thing, because I mean, initially it was like, yes, you can come if you want to do hybrid. Oh, also you have to be super careful. Like, it's fine, but also it's nice that they eventually kind of came to the conclusion they're just like, nope, it's not good for anyone's well-being, and we can teach everyone how to do stuff independently. And
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would say that it's something cool for everyone to take as a growth opportunity, but then it's also something that you can literally put on your resume and be like, oh, haha, I went to school during the pandemic and I'm still just as good as everyone else who only went not during the pandemic. So it's just there's
Um,
there's different things that you can learn. And
I think you're lagging. Yeah.
did everything I say just not come through?
Yeah, can you repeat the last part when you were saying about being a Berkeley COVID student?
Oh, I was just saying that because of the fact that we had, or for a lot of us, we had to start like very first semester at Berkeley, have it start online. You can capitalize on that. You can use it on your resumes. You can um, definitely just take it as an opportunity, take it as a challenge rather than take it as something that you can just let defeat you. Because realistically, you still have 3.5 years on campus. And this is me just being really optimistic and pretending that there is no possibility that COVID could continue past December. But I mean, either way, you still have a lot more time on campus, and it's a good thing to be able to take all the information right now during this like first semester and really learn. And then once you are on campus, really make use of the time that you have on there and utilize everything that's in front of you. Because honestly, first semester, me at Berklee, if it were in person, I would have wasted a lot of time and not done a lot of things I probably should have done. So the good thing is that this situation has forced me to learn to appreciate those things more just because I don't have them with me right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah, total sense.
Nice.
Actually, that's one thing nobody, uh, maybe they don't like to say it, but it's true because let's face it, we are social by nature, right? We want to hang out with friends, um, whether they are like a ton of friends or just one or just two. We do those things. Yeah, it is a downside that we can't do it right now because we are in a pandemic, isolated. But at the same time, we can take advantage of this. If you are at your first semester with no distractions, and I mean zero distractions, um, it's the best mental space, place to study and to get your core classes just right, and work hard on it and nail it. If you can do that, then eventually we'll be back to normal and we'll be back to campus and we will hang out, be with each other, spend some time, um, like coming together and everything. But you will be in a so much better place because now you are fine with your classes, right? Like you are up to par, you are in your level, right? It will come out easier for you um, while you're having fun with your friends instead of struggling with classes because of having fun with your friends from the first semester. If that, I don't know, does it make sense to you, or do you feel the same way?
Back when I was in campus last semester, I was there for just a 12 week, but there were like a lot of people that were like starting as we are now, like they were starting last year, and I saw a lot of people doing exactly what you said. Like they took their first semester like doing a lot of other stuff, like just because it was all new, like a new people, new place, and they like forgot like to do as good as they should in their classes. And it's something that we are we don't have that because we have to like be in our homes. So I mean it's easier for us to like focus, and I felt that like, and that's actually a good point because that's something that could like be in our way, but it's not. And we'll still like have a lot of time to like hang out and do all our stuff, but like
Definitely.
that first excitement, no, we're past that. So I mean now we know we're already in the
Yeah.
tracks, and we know like exactly how to focus and what we have to do.
Yeah, that's it. Like I feel that by the time I get to Boston, I will know exactly how much time I need for each course, so I can time manage better and hang out as I should, not too much, not less, and like only being like studying, just the right balance. And balance is everything, because if you don't get it right, you start to struggle because you're getting late with your deadlines and everything starts to build up. But if you are in a good shape, if you time manage the right way, you can do both, actually. And because of not everything being new at the same time, it actually makes it better to process and get into the Berklee rhythm. No pun intended. Um, so yeah, I think we have a lot of pros in this situation, and there's no like, what's the alternative right now? It's not something that has to do with um, the college, the government, or whatever. It's something that's happening all around the world, um, and we just have to wait. Like there are like 5 vaccines on their way uh, in the last phase of testing, so it's just a matter of time. And in the meantime, what you do, it's up to you. What decision you make, it's up to you if you want to defer or not. But just know that if what you have in your mind, what's bugging you, is like you want to do it online, but you're scared because maybe you think it won't be good enough. I think uh, that the opinion of everyone involved is that not only it's good enough, it's a great experience to have. Um, I don't feel like any of my classes is falling short for the on-campus experience. Of course, they are different, but I don't think they are any less than a non-campus situation. And I don't think you will regret it. If you are confident about yourself about studying online, you are organized and you can reach your deadlines, and you can make a schedule for all of your homeworks, like weekly homeworks. That's it. You will be in a good shape. Um, yes, please, Brandon.
I was just going to say, just generally, I think it's a good thing to consider that. I mean, first of all of us wanted to go to Berkeley, right? And Berkeley is, I mean, it's modern music. And if anything, within this situation, it's a really great time to embrace what modern music has become, because you can create things completely independently of different people and be completely separate from them, but then create something that it seems like you were literally in the same room creating things together. But it's I think it's something that we can learn to embrace within this time, and just because of that in general, I think it's something that we, like, all of us collectively have to learn how to take it in such a way that's more positive, because if anything, it is a part of what we are all trying to get into. It's
Yeah,
Berkeley, it's modern music, and so with modern music comes technology, and
totally.
just forcing ourselves to be involved in the technological portion of it, it's great because we know exactly what's happening and what's going on, because I mean that relates to our equipment, it relates to our career, it relates to everything. So it's, again, just taken as another learning experience, but also just a nice thing to try and like change your mindset about starting online, and just being positive about being like, okay, this is a different learning experience that I wouldn't have had to like try and learn, but now that I am learning it, I'll end up knowing more because I'll be focused.
Yeah, totally. And I have two things like about that statement. The first one is, if you, because I think of it a lot, if you think about, like, let's go 4 years in the future, like graduation and everything, you will have your network, right? Your friends, people you love to work with music wise. But let's face it, not everyone, not every friend will be living in the same city, right? Maybe most of them will be, I don't know, LA, maybe most of them will be Nashville, New York, um, but not everybody. And what we are learning right now, like in the future, will enable us to do anything. Because if, I don't know, I'm in LA working for a project and I need a saxophone track, and I want you, Brandon, to record that, and you are, I don't know, you are on vacations, or you are um, New York, or at a gig or a tour, whatever. I can send you a text and say, hey man, I need this. Can you do it for, I don't know, um, next week? And that's it. Because we will be trained in this so much, we will get like new possibilities at the same time. Of course, if we can, we it's better to come together, share some time, but at the same time, uh, we will be able to do so much more things that will, like, distance will never ever be a restriction to us because of this. And that's a pretty bold statement to make. Actually, we are having this conversation uh, from California to Porto Alegre to Bariloche in the mountains in Argentina. We are here, you know? That's crazy.
The
And that's
first song
awesome.
that I collaborated with people from Berklee on. It took me like 6 weeks to realize that the bassist for that song literally lived in Austria, and I had no idea for the longest time. So I mean, that's it's cool. It shrinks the world in such a way that's nice. It shrinks the world when you need it to shrink.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm even working. Do you know? I will tell you this. I'm working on ways of having the real life studio experience remotely. So, like for instance, if we work on a project, I would send you the session, synchronized in a cloud solution, and I will open the session on your end and control it from here and produce your vocals, for instance, right? You will be at your bedroom recording, and I will be the one hearing the recording and talking through FaceTime or whatever. Um, and that will be much like being there and not caring about distance. I don't know. Those are kind of cool things that I try to come up with solutions and think of ways of having that flow, right? Like because maybe text is not as quick as being able to have uh, a conversation. So today with technology, we can actually have um, conversations, and yeah, actually it gave us a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, that's cool. That's such a good project.
Thank you. So the other thing, and we can be finishing right now because we reached the 2 hours. Um, is that do any of you guys knows Oak Folder, the producer, which is Demi Lovato's producer for Sorry Not Sorry and yeah, other artists? I watched this video of him, and he was talking about this song and how the song came together and everything. But I paid attention to another thing, and it was how fast he was doing stuff on Logic. Like he will do with the fingers, and while he was talking to the interviewer or the audience in a conference, he will like the first time I saw it, I was no, that's not him. That's like a video being played, because it's a conference. And then when I saw him in an interview, a one-on-one interview, doing it again, like he's so fast, and that's something important in the industry. Like when you are being inspired, time is everything. Like when you have that moment of inspiration, you want to get things going fast so that you can like download everything that you have in your head to that session. And what's so amazing about that, if we can take this specific time to get our production, songwriting, session management chops like fast, if we can get to do all of that stuff that quick, that's an amazing presentation card, right? Anybody that works with us will see that and they will be like, damn, that's fast. I want to work with him. Because when you are at that moment, when you are inspired, again, I will repeat myself. Time is everything. So if someone doesn't struggle with you as a songwriter or producer to have their ideas written down or recorded, and they can get it fast, they will want to work with you again. That's with anything. If you are a producer, if you are a session musician, if you are a songwriter, a mix engineer, a recording engineer, if you are fast, you get out of the way of the artist, and that's so valuable when we are, because we are creating things, and some and time is everything again. So that's the other thing that we can take advantage in this situation. I will let you guys say anything that you might have a comment about. We can close this streaming there.
No, just saying that it was like. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
You
Sorry.
were going.
Okay, so yeah, I just wanna say that I hope this thing, this streaming or video towards video helps people know more about Berkeley, and we are students who are living at some point like the dream, but the most important thing is that you study and you learn what you love. You learn more about being professional, and first of all being a human being, because before being a musician you have to be a human being and share and know how to share what you feel. I think that's something very important for a musician and for a human being. So yeah, I'm so happy to meet you guys, and I hope to see you next year maybe. And thank you very much for everything you shared.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Like you guys said, it's amazing, and that was like a really nice thing to do. Like I think we helped a lot of people. I mean, it's always nice to talk about our experiences. And as you guys are all saying, for me actually also it was a great experience. Like I didn't give much credit when I was like before I start, because I was like, oh, it's gonna be different, it's gonna be remote, but when I really started it, like I saw, okay, this is good, and this is better than I expected. And like Berkeley has a great amount of experience in like teaching online and different, giving like teaching in different ways. And I mean, this is just like a little like side road in our way, like because we're walking like towards the same thing. We're still going to Berkeley. We're still gonna like collab. We're still gonna try to be musicians to be better. And that was just like a little thing that we had to adapt. And this is just life. Like we all have to like learn to adapt to like difficult things that will surprise us. Nothing's gonna be like most things are not gonna go like as planned. So we have to learn how to adapt, and this was like a great example of it. And like for me, and I believe that for you guys, it was like a good I mean it was a good experience. Like it was better than expected and imagined. And definitely if like anyone is like still concerned and thinking about it, my opinion is like to go for it, and you're not gonna regret it. People are not gonna regret it doing it like online. Like worst case scenario, you're gonna be better at what you do. Like even like if you don't learn like as much as you wanted, you're gonna be better in some way. And that's like what we have to do. We always have to try to like get better no matter what.
Yeah, totally. That's exactly what happened to me. Like, I only did it online because I could save so much money, and that's the only reason. Because I didn't know about the quality of the classes. I knew it was Berkeley, of course, but I didn't know if it was going to be quite the same. So because of the amount of money I was able to save, I took the opportunity, and man, I was surprised by the quality of it. Like, I've imagined it, but one thing is to, like, I don't know, maybe yeah, it should be good, and another completely different thing is, wow, I'm learning so much, and I'm having so much like homework and assignments. I'm 24/7 doing this, and feels amazing, feels great. Um, and teachers are great, and they were just as I would imagine. They teach complex stuff so simply and so easily. They made it easy for you. You know, they make complex harmony things easy for you. So that's great. And and you will learn the same concepts. Um, it won't be a watered down version of Berkeley. If that's what you have in mind, it won't be that way. Trust me, you will be surprised. You will get the full academic content of it, and you will be tested against it. Like, you will have the same tests as any on-campus person would. So you will learn things, and the good thing is, if you keep up with your classes, keep up with your assignments, by the time you get to any of the tests, you will be just fine, because they prepare you so well for the tests. It's not like they test you or they teach you any less, and then you have to study for yourself for the test. That sometimes that happens with some teachers. It's not like that. It's like perfect. It's like, once you have the test, you just have to review a couple of things, because you already know that. And why you already know it? Because your teachers taught you so well, and they trained you for that, and they told you right from the start what they are expecting from you. For instance, spelling chords, they will tell you step by step how to do it, and they will tell you, you know, you gotta get this quick, and I will send you drills to do online for you to get quick at spelling chords, and you will enter to those links, and you will train yourself with specific drills custom made by the teachers. And by the time you notice it, you will be amazing spelling chords. It's amazing. um, by the time you take the test, something that would have scared you a couple of weeks ago, now you're like, man, this is crazy. I can't believe I'm doing it by myself like this quickly. Like, I never thought, yeah, you know, I wanted this all of my life, but now that I have it, it's like, yeah, this is a great feeling to have. And this all happened online. So uh, you won't have a watered down version of Berkeley at all. So Brandon, your turn, please.
So I'll just say that I really enjoyed this experience of just everyone being able to reflect on their own personal experiences and just things that they've seen, things that they want to see, or things that they're just curious about. I think it's a really great thing to help both us and everyone who ends up watching this. But yeah, I would just reiterate everything else that I've been saying. I would say that at this time, it would be best to make the most of the experience, and because we can make the best of the experience, we can really embrace it, because it's, for a lot of us, it's directly a part of the field that we're trying to get into. So there's no harm in embracing it. And there are still so many opportunities that are readily available for us. And Berklee is also making it so that we can have a bunch of opportunities that are still right in front of us that we can take advantage of. So, I mean, I think the biggest thing for everyone who is seeing this and just everyone in general is just to make sure you focus a lot exactly on where you want to go and what you want to do. And from there, really just once you've decided, really just push yourself to do exactly what you've told yourself, because that's super important. And Berklee is making it possible for that to be really easy for us to do. So just make the most of it and really push yourself to be the initiation in your career, because that's the only thing that's going to be able to push you forward is your own personal initiation.
Yeah, totally. So it was a pleasure to have all of you today and to make this a reality and to have this all of this insight together and to answer questions. Um, so yeah, thank you all, and um, we will be sharing this video um, once I check it and got it uploaded, and that's it basically. So hopefully we answer all of your questions, and uh, if you still have any other questions, you can um, DM us um, on Instagram if you want to ask any specific um, person here. Just DM me to im4 on Instagram, and I will um, make the connection happen. Um, so thank you everybody for joining the stream, and see you later.
Thank you, man. It was awesome.